So Chris seems happy, huh? You guys cleaned it up nice?
Not bad, came out good. We have some issues with, the disease. Brought Brandon in and talk to you about that.
So did the lab get back to you and tell you what you had?
Yeah, we got the results, and it came back with not one, but 2 fungal diseases.
Oh, lucky him.
Yeah, yeah.
And they were what?
Needle blight and needle cast.
All right, and so what do you do for those?
So we put it on a complete disease program. Because of the severity, we went in the springtime, and as the new needles emerged, we went in and timely made fungicide applications.
Mm-hmm. All right, and so you went back, took a picture. Oh, there it is right there, huh? Well, that looks pretty good. Full on the bottom. That's is that what you were hoping for?
Yeah, so that's the new growth. That's all it has right now, and the goal is to keep that new growth right to next year until it pushes out more growth.
And what's your protocol for doing that? You're going to come back and spray again?
Yeah, so I'm going to recommend putting this on a program for another 2-3 years.
And then hopefully after 2 or 3 years, it's healthy enough, strong enough, it can fend off, or the blight's gone somewhere else?
That's correct. Yep.
Very
How
nice.
often are we spraying this a year?
So again, in the springtime, we're about every 2 weeks, and then once in the fall.
Okay. So what else is out there? You must see it all. What are we
We see a lot of diseases. So the most common disease I see is actually this disease called apple scab. So as the name suggests, it
That's this one?
it infects apples and crab apples.
Yep. What do you do about that?
So this here, it's a fungal disease. It infects the leaves, the fruit, and even the flowers. So to the point where fruit can be unfit to eat. Big problem for commercial growers. Little lesions pop up. You can see yellow to brown spots, and it'll cause premature leaf drop.
And the cure?
The cure would be, the best management is to plant a disease-resistant tree.
Which exists, obviously.
Which exists. They're always breeding new trees.
Right. And if you want to work with something you've got, anything, do we?
Pruning. Pruning is great. The strategy there is to thin out the canopy. You want to allow more light, more airflow. You want to reduce the leaf wetness in the spring.
Okay. Well, it doesn't look too great, but that's good to know there's something to do. Whoa!
Look at that, huh?
What is that?
Yeah, so this is apple cedar rust. This is a very common and very
That's common?
scary looking disease.
It's terrifying looking.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
So this is a neat disease in the fact that it needs 2 trees to actually complete its life cycle. So it needs an apple, needs a cedar tree.
They both have to be
They
present.
both have to be present. It's this neat symbiotic relationship they have with one another.
And I'm looking at that looks like it's on a cedar, right?
That's on a cedar. So those pop out in the springtime and it sends spores off over the apple tree. Lands in the apple, infects that, and then the apple sends it right back to the cedar.
That's awful. And the cure or the remedy for this?
So remedy is if you actually remove one of the trees, you remove the disease. But just like the apple scab, you can say management plans for the apple tree, cedar trees, you don't really have an issue with.
Right, okay.
Except for this.
That thing's like right
unsightly
out of a
thing.
sci-fi movie. And what am I looking at here?
So this is a leaf on a beach, and this is called beech leaf disease.
I've heard about this. This is really bad.
Yeah, so this is really threatening the population of beech trees.
So
Very
I've
scary
got this
disease.
going on in my property, and correct me if I'm wrong, but he's like, there's no cure as of now. He's just trying to make the trees just limp by.
Yeah, so there is no cure. It is very new, and
What is it?
so it's a nematode. It's a microscopic worm of all things, and it goes inside the leaf, it moves its way into the bud, does its damage in the bud, so when it leaves out in the springtime, you get distorted leaves.
Yeah, they don't look good.
Yeah, to the point where you don't even get any leaves.
Right, okay. And so what's the idea? Just try to keep them as healthy for as long as possible until you guys maybe come up with a cure?
Yeah, exactly. Kind of monitor, continue to wait and see, and hopefully some research comes in.
All right, well, sad news right now, but let's hope you guys come up with something because we got a lot of beach out there we want to save.
Yeah,
Good deal. Brandon, thank you very much.
of course.
Appreciate it. Where'd you find this guy, Lee? He's a real treat. Dr. Disease here. Jeez. Thanks for watching. This Old House has got a video for just about every home improvement project, so be sure to check out the others. And if you like what you see, click on the subscribe button. Make sure that you get our newest videos right in your feed.